Have you ever felt a gentle breeze brush against your skin, even though every window is closed and the room is perfectly still? Or perhaps, in the quiet hours of the night, you've caught a familiar scent, a trace of perfume, the aroma of coffee, or the subtle warmth of someone's embrace, even when no one else is there. These moments pass quickly, but they leave us with a sense of mystery and unexpected comfort, as if someone we love is still nearby, watching over us from just beyond the veil. Many Americans have shared these very experiences. Some recall, on the first night after their mother's funeral, feeling a gentle touch on the shoulder while sitting alone in the living room. Others speak of lights flickering for no apparent reason, right on a loved one's wedding anniversary, as if it were a subtle sign that love never truly leaves. Experiences like these are not rare. Across the United States, countless families have stories of strange coincidences or unexplainable signs after a loss. In fact, a recent survey by the Pew Research Center found that over 53% of American adults say they've felt at least one spiritual sign from a loved one who has passed on. And in the Bible, Hebrews 12:1 reminds us, we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, perhaps suggesting that souls do remain close, waiting for us to notice. So are these signs simply wishful thinking? Or could they truly be the ways our loved ones reach out to us? Today, you're with Life After Death Unveiled, exploring the signs that a loved one may still walk beside us through the lenses of science, spirituality, and real-life experience. If your heart has ever been touched by a small, mysterious sign, take a deep breath, let your mind settle, and join us as we begin this journey. When someone we love passes away, the pain of separation can feel almost unbearable. Deep within us lies a natural longing, a hope that the connection we shared hasn't been lost forever. We search for signs not only to comfort ourselves, but to keep a part of that relationship alive, even after death. Psychological perspective. Psychologists and grief experts have long recognized this need. Dr. Alan Wolfelt, a respected thanatologist, describes the importance of continuing bonds, the idea that staying connected with those who have passed can actually help us heal. Instead of forcing ourselves to move on, we honor our feelings by finding gentle reminders that love never truly ends. Social survey. This is more common than we might think. According to national surveys, a significant number of Americans, more than half in some studies, report having experienced some form of after-death communication. Whether it's a vivid dream, a sudden feeling of presence, or an unmistakable sign, these moments become a source of comfort and hope for millions. Cultural and historical traditions. Across history and culture, this longing for connection is reflected in our rituals and stories. From ancient burial customs to heartfelt passages in classic literature and sacred texts, people have always sought ways to bridge the gap between worlds. It's a timeless reminder that, while the physical form may be gone, the bonds of love and memory endure, inviting us to remain open to the signs that those we love are never truly far away. The scent of a familiar presence. For many, one of the most immediate and intimate signs is the sudden presence of a familiar scent. Imagine a mother, sitting alone in her living room weeks after losing her daughter, suddenly enveloped by the unmistakable fragrance of her child's favorite perfume, a scent that should not exist in that empty room. These moments are not easily dismissed. According to a survey by the Pew Research Center, nearly a quarter of Americans who report after-death signs describe them as sudden scents or smells that trigger powerful memories. Spiritually, many believe that these fragrances are the soul's gentle way of saying, "I'm still with you." B. The feeling of someone's presence. Late at night, when silence fills every corner, some people sense an unexplainable shift in the air. A gentle weight on the bed, a soft brush on the arm. One American woman described feeling her late husband sit beside her, the mattress dipping ever so slightly, as if by his familiar form. Grief counselors and spiritual leaders alike say this sensation is deeply rooted in the human need for connection. Across cultures, this feeling is often seen as a sign that the loved one's spirit has come to comfort, if only for a fleeting moment. Vivid dreams and dream visitations. Sometimes the most powerful signs appear in dreams, but there's a unique quality to what many call dream visitations. Unlike ordinary dreams, these encounters feel hyper-real, vivid, and charged with emotion. A grieving son recounted a dream where his late father hugged him, offering words of peace and forgiveness. He woke up in tears, but with a sense of healing he hadn't felt in months. Surveys show that nearly 1 in 3 adults in the U.S. has had a dream so real they believe it was a true visit. These experiences are cherished as genuine connections beyond the veil of unexplained sounds, whispers, or music from nowhere. Music has a way of connecting us with memory. Some mourners have reported hearing a favorite song play on the radio at the exact moment they're thinking of someone who's gone. Others have described soft whispers, faint laughter, or even their name being called when alone. While skeptics call it coincidence, for many grieving families, these sounds bring a much-needed sense of peace, a gentle reminder that love's melody continues even in silence. Electronic devices acting. Strangely, lights flickering, TVs turning on by themselves, radios suddenly playing a meaningful song. These strange events are frequently reported after a loss. For example, a woman recalled her late father's favorite lamp blinking off and on during her wedding day, though no technical fault was ever found. While science suggests these could be glitches, the timing often feels too perfect to ignore. In moments of deep longing, these electrical hellos offer comfort that logic cannot explain. H. Strange coincidences, meaningful synchronicities. Sometimes, the universe seems to orchestrate coincidences so profound they defy simple explanation. Finding a white feather on the exact date of a loved one's birthday, or stumbling across an old letter at just the right moment, are experiences that many Americans share. These meaningful synchronicities are seen as gentle nudges from the other side, a way for those we love to remind us they're still part of our story, even if just out of sight. A. The scent of her daughter's perfume. Mary, a mother from Ohio, lost her only daughter in a tragic accident. In the weeks that followed, she found herself walking through the empty house, longing for any sign that her daughter was at peace. One afternoon, as she sat quietly in her daughter's bedroom, she was suddenly surrounded by the unmistakable scent of her child's favorite perfume, a scent Mary hadn't smelled since the funeral. "It was so strong and so real, I couldn't help but cry," she recalls. For a moment, it felt like she was right there, telling me she was okay. This experience brought Mary immense comfort and helped her begin the journey of healing. Experts suggest that such sensory signs, whether explainable or not, can play a powerful role in easing grief and restoring hope. A cardinal at the window, Tom, a retired teacher in Illinois, lost his wife of 42 years after a long illness. A few days after her memorial service, he noticed a bright red cardinal tapping on the kitchen window every morning at breakfast, the very time he and his wife used to share coffee together. It was as if she was saying hello, reminding me I wasn't alone, Tom shared in a local grief support group. Cardinals are widely recognized in American culture as spiritual messengers, often appearing when a loved one is near. For Tom, this daily visit became a cherished reminder that love endures beyond physical separation, bringing him both solace and a renewed sense of connection. Dream. Visit from a lost brother. Several weeks later, she dreamed that he visited her, not in a hazy, confusing way, but with vivid clarity and warmth. In the dream, he reassured her that he was at peace and encouraged her to keep living her life fully. When I woke up, it was as if a weight had been lifted from my chest, Jasmine remembers. Research shows that more than 60% of people grieving a close loss report having such visitation dreams. Many describe them as profoundly healing, giving them the strength to face each new day. The clock that stopped at midnight. In New York, the Chen family experienced something extraordinary on the night of their grandfather's passing. As the family gathered in the living room to remember him, the old grandfather clock, a treasured family heirloom, suddenly stopped ticking at exactly midnight, the very hour he died. None of us had ever seen the clock stop before, one family member recounted. It felt like a message from him, a final goodbye. While skeptics might attribute this to coincidence, the Chens found deep comfort in believing it was their grandfather's way of marking his journey home. Such moments, whether easily explained or not, often become treasured family stories, weaving together memory, faith, and love. Each of these stories is a testament to the enduring connections that survive loss. Whether through a scent, a song, a dream, or a small miracle, people across America find comfort in signs that those they love are never truly gone. For many, these experiences don't just ease the pain, they transform grief into hope, reminding us that love's bond is stronger than even death itself. Biblical reflections. Throughout history, sacred texts have offered comfort and guidance to those grieving a loss. In the Bible, Hebrews 12:1 paints a powerful image. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, many interpret this as a reminder that the souls of those who have passed are still close, quietly watching and encouraging us from beyond. Another passage, 2 Corinthians 5:8, reassures believers that to be away from the body is to be at home with the Lord, suggesting that our loved ones are not lost, but have simply moved into another realm of existence, still connected by spirit and memory. Voices from classical literature. This longing for connection echoes through classic literature and poetry. In The Death of Ivan Ilyich, Leo Tolstoy describes a soul searching for meaning and comfort in the final moments, a quest for reassurance that love transcends death. American poet Emily Dickinson, in her hauntingly beautiful line, "Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me," reminds us that death is a gentle transition, not an abrupt ending. Walt Whitman, too, writes of invisible bonds that tie us to those we love, no matter the distance between worlds. A timeless thread of hope. These words, woven through scripture and literature, have offered hope to generations. They affirm the possibility that our experiences, those subtle signs and moments of connection, are not mere wishful thinking, but part of a much larger story. Perhaps, in feeling a loved one's presence, we are touching a thread that has always connected us, a bond unbroken by time or death. scientific and psychological perspectives. When it comes to spiritual signs after loss, many scientists and psychologists offer natural explanations. They suggest that the human brain, in the face of intense grief, seeks comfort by maintaining a sense of connection. Familiar scents, vivid dreams, and even feelings of presence can be the mind's way of preserving precious bonds. According to Dr. Julie B. Kaplow, a grief expert, our memories and emotions can powerfully influence our perceptions, making certain moments feel real, even if they have no clear physical cause. Open questions and unexplained experiences. However, science does not have all the answers. While some experiences can be traced to memory, emotion, or coincidence, there remain countless accounts, vivid, detailed, and deeply personal, that resist simple explanation. Studies on after-death communications show that a significant portion of people report these signs as life-changing and healing, regardless of scientific interpretation. Researchers admit that the sheer number and intensity of such reports invite further study and an open mind. Balancing reason and spirit. In the end, science neither fully confirms nor dismisses these experiences. Instead, it encourages us to honor both our rational minds and our deepest feelings. Whether these signs are a product of memory, emotion, or something greater, each story is a testament to the powerful human need for love, connection, and hope that endures beyond loss. Emotional benefits. Embracing spiritual signs during grief can bring profound comfort. When we allow ourselves to notice and accept these subtle messages, the heavy weight of loss often becomes lighter. For many, such experiences offer a gentle reassurance that love endures, even when the physical presence is gone. It is not about moving on, but about moving forward, with the sense that we are still connected. Real-life experiences. Countless individuals have shared that receiving a sign, whether it's a vivid dream, a familiar scent, or an unexplainable coincidence, help them cope with sorrow and stress. These moments don't erase pain, but they soften it, creating a space for peace and hope to return. As one grieving father said, "That small sign was enough to make me feel at ease, to know I wasn't alone in my grief." A universal and human message. Regardless of how we explain these experiences, their true value lies in how they help us heal. Spiritual signs remind us that our connections aren't broken by death. They encourage us to keep living with meaning, to honor the love we've lost, and to find purpose in each new day. By opening our hearts to these signs, we allow ourselves to experience both comfort and renewal on the journey through grief. As we reach the end of this journey, one message shines through. The signs we experience after loss, whether gentle whispers, vivid dreams, or simple coincidences, remind us that love's bond is never truly broken. Across cultures, faiths, and generations, people have found comfort in the subtle ways those we cherish reach out to us, bringing healing and hope when we need it most. You may never know for sure whether a song playing at just the right time or the sudden appearance of a cardinal at your window is truly a message from beyond. But perhaps the real gift is not in absolute certainty, but in the comfort, meaning, and connection these moments bring to our lives. They invite us to see that, even in the depths of grief, we are not alone. If this message stirred something within your soul, please like and share it with others who may be searching for the same truth. Leave a comment about what you felt or realized. It means a lot to us. And more than that, subscribe to the channel so we can continue this journey together, into even deeper and more meaningful discoveries. Remember, every sign, no matter how small, is a gentle reminder that love endures. And perhaps, just perhaps, those we love are never as far away as we think.